This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Sound like that hurt.
Hell yeah.
Sports are bursting right now. World Series tonight. Basketball last night was nuts. Just totally crazy deep into the night. There's too much sports to get to, not enough time, but we start with the Cyclones because I've been wanting to get to the Cyclones all week, and I keep getting knocked off the Cyclones, and you will not knock me off the Cyclones
anymore. We had incredible
anymore.
basketball last night. Dan, me and Amin are doing our own show. Steph Curry is back. AJ Mitchell for the Thunder. Good
I wish that right now we had just Tony and Amin going live 20 minutes after Bananas last night. We're not there yet.
The World Series is tonight.
I know. We just got to Damashek is going to do the fourth hour on a Friday. We'll get there. Please get me.
All
I don't
Pittsburgh
think that's
related.
accurate, but
That's happening either.
but still, check out Football America.
America.
Cyclones.
Top of the table, Cyclones. Gritty team this year. We led by the Undertaker, great draft pick. Led
Is
by
this
Manu.
AI?
No, that's how he plays. And that photo of El Barba grabbing his lower back.
El Barba not even on our roster.
No, that
He's
was
a
when our
replacement.
injury
The other-
replacement got hurt and needed an injury replacement.
We have not gotten
right. This
nearly
is a
enough.
beard.
Mike forfeited a game the other day at the top of the table, Mike, to protect.
That's his beard.
Are those dreads?
Yeah, he dreaded his beard.
You can see the heart, though.
Yeah, you could. You could, because it's inflamed.
I can see his gut.
Seconds later, he got a Theragun to the lower back and was replaced by an active gigolo.
Your dad?
The Magic City Fronton. And we put the magic in Magic City. But we are top of the table. We are coming off a tough loss. The fixture list has been tough.
Mike, you've been with this team through thick and thin. Chris doesn't show up to the games anymore.
No,
It's
he
the
does.
owner. Mike,
he wasn't there when I was fighting with
Mike,
Unda in
you
the
were in the locker room
but-
fighting your star player and forfeiting a game.
Boss, I need to play.
Chris was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he was. That's fair. But that was my job that day as GM. I was allowed to forfeit the final match because we had the game in hand. Then I tried to do the same exact move because Manu's got a groin, and mighty great groin that is. And I wasn't allowed to do it that time, and Hyro had to go in there. Hyro, great draft pick. Look, we're going to have a say when it comes to the Battle Court Fall Championship, and that's all we wanted. Now, I'm not thrilled losing one to the Renegades. That's tough. That means Udonis has a banter advantage over us. I don't like that.
Is he showing up?
He shows up to
He
the games.
shows up. He's a serious owner.
He
Unlike
loves
some people.
pelota.
He doesn't show up at every game.
Look,
No, he left a little early this time because we were that dominant.
he's the owner of a team, and he's proud of it. He's a Miami economy. He's a Miami business, and this is one of his teams.
Yeah, but we got to talk, and I'm like, I got a very difficult. Bueno hasn't played a single match for us. He's out for the season. It's no bueno, Dan. But Robin came in as a taxi squatter.
He
Really
better get a
started-
ring if we win.
Yeah, no Bueno. I mean, he's still there fighting.
No, I mean Robin should.
Oh, Robin will absolutely
Okay, good.
if we win. Man, if we win, I will. There's only one championship, and that's
I was
the Miami
embarrassed.
Football Hurricanes.
I was embarrassed.
That would mean more.
I was embarrassed last time I was there. Ray Lewis and Udonis Haslam wiped the floor with our team, with Meadowlark's team, in a championship finale.
Well,
that's the last time I was there.
Yeah.
I'm a front runner.
Well, Ray Lewis was just there for fun. That wasn't even his team.
Wow.
He loves pelota that much.
He's scouting.
Yeah.
When's the next game?
The next Friday game, I think, is in 2 Fridays. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think
that's
it's in
right.
2 Fridays. And
We have 2 in November.
Yeah, the Fronton is electric.
You should have Damashek there to wear somebody out talking about 90s Pirates baseball. That guy's hot breath.
That was so funny. And Mike was like, just say the name and watch him go.
I've got to salute him
He
on
literally pulled a Tom Barrasso photo.
And
That
then
was
started-
unreal.
And then started going.
I thought we planned it.
Croqueta. He says it very well. David Sampson does not.
Correcta.
No.
Correcta.
Yeah.
Correcta.
Lived here 25 years.
Correcta.
President of the Marlins in the middle of Little Havana.
Correcta.
Was going to be making it a booming Hispanic economy.
Correcta.
There's just a pharmacy there and a 7-Eleven now.
Correcta.
The same
CVS
sad
Mas?
Wendy's.
Correcta.
I want to get to the basketball, but I think I have to punish Amin for hitting me with a Ron Borges in the last segment. It sent me reeling and was not being a good teammate after he has worked very hard the last couple of days, flying between Miami and New York to be serious journalist guy next to Pablo. during a federal investigation?
I heard Colorado Avalanche, and I thought about who was on that team. I remembered Adam Foote, right? He was on that team, right?
Yeah.
I remembered a couple of other names, and then I said, oh, yeah, that's right. Ron Borges played there, right? After he left Boston? No?
Ray Bork is
Oh,
going to
Ray Bork.
sting with me for a long time. I felt that when I
mean
called.
sit with you?
I called. No,
It'll sting.
It'll sting with you
Oh,
for a while.
don't seize on him just because you're insecure.
You can
right.
say 88th Street and 127th Ave.
Before we get to the basketball, though, please because I don't want to just skip past the greatest player there's ever been in soccer. And we talk about a time of greatness. LeBron,
Pele?
Shohei Ohtani, Messi re-signing in Miami. I don't want to just skip over it. And they handled the optics on it beautifully because they packaged him correctly with a commercial that's moving, with good marketing.
Right. You guys haven't seen this, so I'll give play-by-play because this is largely video. So let's go ahead and play it right now. But the club formally announced Lionel Messi's extension. It seems as though Messi will indeed finish his career with Inter Miami, which is just a wild statement. This is arguably the greatest player ever. So it starts with Messi sitting down in an office, dramatically reading the contract, presumably for the first time. I assume this is what he's going over all the details. This is how he does business. This is how goats operate, folks. He puts pen to paper on this table, and he's about to look at the camera, very pleased with himself because he signed his famous signature on it. He looks straight to the camera, and then boom! We reveal that it wasn't an office. It was all a facade. It was just a curtain behind him. A drone shot pulls back the new stadium that he will unveil as an Inter Miami player. He is sitting in the middle of it. That's where he signed the contract, at Freedom Park.
Wow.
Can I ask a question? Are you guys not in the least bit concerned that in a city where every construction project takes decades, it feels like, to complete,
This will be a miracle. if
this
they-
stadium is up this fast? Every time I land, it's a little bit more, or it's a lot more completed, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Well, that's what the owner does for a living. And if you thought this was fast, you should have seen how fast their stadium up in Fort Lauderdale came together at Lockhart, because that was crazy.
Okay, if you're not familiar with what our swampland is and how many developers have gotten away with building quickly here, with varying degrees of safety, do you realize the wonderful grift that the city of Miami, which is just sort of a way station between small Latin American countries and whatever the real America is becoming now.
America.
That stadium being built that fast in our city has to be one of the greatest miracles I've ever seen in construction in this town, filled with scam and everything else. And Messi built it, and Messi will get to building a stadium near the airport and getting soccer to Miami. He built it here. He built it off of whatever the Apple arrangement was. He's going to get to a stadium built near the airport when we can't build on anything. We've got no more room to put anything anywhere except up. That right there is going to be the stadium that becomes whatever Ross's stadium is worth to the Dolphins, $10 billion, whatever Jerry's stadium is worth to him. They got it to the stadium in this town. That's a miracle. Our developers don't work that fast. Our construction people do not show up on time.
Except for across the street.
Second question. Is this going to make airport traffic worse?
Can't be safer.
I've been to SoFi Stadium, and you look directly up, and you're like, oh my God, that is an entire airplane that I see the silhouette of right over me.
It can't be safer. Those kinds of lights around airplanes can't be argued as safer.
In a
It's
weird
all right.
way, Mike, I trust LAX more? And that's saying a lot. LAX is one of my
SoFi
least...
is much bigger than this stadium. Raymond James is also near an airport. There's a lot of stadiums that are near airports. Trust me, if you've sat in SoFi Stadium and you hear just a gigantic buzz overhead, you are shocked at how low those planes are over SoFi.
Before we get to last night's basketball, because it really was majestic, and Eduardo Perez will be here to talk about the World Series, which also promises to be pretty great internationally.
Thank God.
Jeremy, I felt for you today that baseball can't make the show with this World Series.
The greatest athlete who's ever lived is about to play in a back-to-back World Series. He's going to start on the mound in Game 3 or 4. It's unbelievable, and we don't care.
So Wemby's going to be in the World Series?
El Barba?
He had 3 home runs.
More like a
and
pancita.
threw 6 innings.
He's
10 strikeouts the other
7-7
day.
and lying about it.
He is amazing.
We are watching, because Wemby, everyone is now saying after one game, oh, yes, MVP, watch out, he's going to take over the league. That's not fair.
Let me tell you
somewhere early
my
on that.
favorite thing. But I did not see this coming. I got hit like a ton of bricks. Going on Twitter after game 1 of Wemby being amazing and seeing all the highlights and everyone like, oh my God, he's incredible. This is a GOAT in the making, da-da-da. And seeing LeBron fans say, oh, look at them going crazy after one game. He wouldn't last a second in this era. And it was a highlight of LeBron like getting fouled by Danny Granger. And like I was like, oh my God, it's finally happened. Like the LeBron fans have now gone through the other side of the looking glass and have become the guys who are old and saying this young guy wouldn't survive an
But
hour
can you and Tony give me the best of what you got on basketball last night? 5 minutes isn't enough time.
So last night we had 2 great games. Obviously, the rematch of the finals yesterday between the Thunder and the Pacers. Sans Halliburton, but a lot of the Pacer guys stepped up. You want to start there really quick?
Yeah, you know what, man? Like a lot of people wrote off the Pacers like, oh, their season's done. They've just got to wait until next year. And they're competitive,
Scrappy
man. They're
team.
scrappy as hell, man.
But
Andrew Harden and
OKC
boys.
playing 2 double overtime games, and it wasn't even the most fun from last night. And Tony fears Houston because everyone they have is
I'm very intrigued by the
Spider-Man.
Houston Rockets.
Before we move off of this game, I also want to shout out, Tony, we're talking about in the Secret Show, right? AJ Mitchell.
Wow.
Never played
Revelation.
last year as a rookie. This year, 2 games. The guy's balling.
And that's what they needed, right? They needed another guy that can control the ball, control the pace of the game. Like, you can't just put everything on SGA's shoulders, even though
Especially without J-Dub out there.
Right,
because he's
exactly.
been out with the wrist injury.
Exactly. But looking at the Pacers side of it, Benedict Mathurin.
Benedict Mathurin. Yes.
Are you
Really
guys
good.
just making up names?
No.
Oh,
Are
Mike.
you guys testing us to see if we've
Yeah.
really
Mike-
been paying attention?
Well, that guy played in the finals, right? He had a game.
You guys are going to
yeah.
dork out on
Hold
basketball.
on.
This is
They
unfortunate.
didn't even,
Hold on.
TJ
I-
McCollum didn't even play either.
I want to give Mike
know
a
that
name.
name.
Mike, you may not know this name, but I'm guaranteed
He's
you're going to know.
good.
Johnny Furphy.
That's fake.
Johnny
no,
Murphy.
no, that
Trust
was
me.
fake. For
They're going to
sure.
get
By
us,
the way-
Mike, eventually.
He's
He's
Mike-
white.
And he's white.
Well, it sounds white, but
And you know what Johnny Furphy does better than anything, Mike?
he's a fake player.
He dunks on people hard.
What does Benedict Mathurin sound like to you?
Well, I know he's black. Happen to know. I saw one game. But
Harry
Furphy?
Po-
Where did Furphy go to school?
Sounds like a Harry Potter character.
Where did Furphy go to school?
Let's check it out.
He's a second-year player. I'll tell you what, in Summer League, he dunked on this Bulls rookie, Noah Senye, and that was like the highlight of Summer League because he dunked on him so hard, the face that poor Noah made was just like...
Played at Kansas.
Oh, there you go, Johnny Furphy from Kansas.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
it's real.
Johnny Furphy, man.
Go take a look at him. But
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Does Benedict Mathurin sound like a Harry Potter character?
But, Tony, I wanted to talk about the second game.
the second game is crazy.
First of all, Aaron Gordon.
10 for 11 from 3. That's
From 3?
Yes. He had 50.
He's the guy that
50.
dunks.
50.
Aaron Gordon, I described him as the guy who dunks, just takes alley-oops, 10 of 11 from 3. And yes, he had 50, and he wasn't the story last night.
No, the story was
Story
one.
was old, number
Wardell
30.
Stephen Curry II.
The old dog still
Man,
got it.
I remember Dan was like, the old guys are just going to move on and we got new guys. And I'm like, man, let me
Hold
tell you
on.
something about these old dogs. Because Steph Curry last night turned in the type of performance, Dan, that like, if it weren't on late East Coast time, everybody would be talking about it.
So this is mastery of the highest order. When we talk about the greats we're watching, LeBron's giving his league over, Ohtani's amazing. I don't know. Who's better, McDavid or Mahomes? Like, we're talking about the greatest mastery. In shooting, there's never been this. He's an unprecedented player.
In a sport where everyone argues everything, who's the best player ever? Who's the best power forward ever? the one constant is like everyone knows.
Okay,
who the
but
best
also
shooter.
Olympic hero, and how does he make it from there? And also last night puts them to sleep when he's here still to remind you, don't forget about us because we can be better than even Aaron Gordon on his best night.
Down 3 with seconds to go in regulation. He hits what me and Tony talked about. Like, that's a bad shot.
For anybody else.
Like anybody else, that's a bad attempt. What are you doing? With Steph Curry, it's not even a no, yes. It's a, oh, yeah, this one's good. He hits the shot, and everyone's focused on the gyrating, hip-thrusting celebration that he did at the baseline. That's what kept getting rerun on all the shows this morning. My part of the celebration I love the most is he hits the three-pointer, he looks at the Nuggets bench, and he says, call that timeout. call that timeout. He demanded them to call timeout. That's ballsy, man.
And he's what, 37?
Dog. He's getting better.
He's getting better. He's aging like fine wine, but he looks like he's running out there like he's 26
It can't be getting better.
years
He's
old.
getting better.
Got gray hair.
It can't
Dan,
be
I-
better.
I talked-
Dan.
He's got gray hair now.
I talked to his trainer,
It can't be getting
and
better.
his trainer says he's better now.
There's no such thing as better. Yeah.
Wait,
physically.
hey,
No, yeah,
did
no,
you
go
talk to
no.
his trainer? You didn't
Guys,
talk to
happen
his
to
trainer.
know.
Boots on the ground.
Guys,
Amin
happen
talked
to
to his
know.
trainer.
Happen to know.
Yeah, clear out.
Happen to know. You happen to
ISO.
know. He's getting.
to know? Great Scott, he happens to know. He happens.
Don't wave those fingers at me.
Gather everyone. Get the children. He happens to know. So wise.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Howdy, listeners. It's Mike Ryan and Chris Cody.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Chris. We
Hey,
love
Mike.
hanging out so much. You were at my birthday the other day.
You're old.
You know what I saw in your hand?
What?
A can of Miller Lite.
Oh.
Whether it's a can, whether it's a bottle, a draft pour of Miller Lite. The draft pour, you see that beautiful iconic color.
Oh, the cold.
Right away.
Just the ice coldness to it. Oh, it's just so good.
Yes, Chris. The ice coldness to it. Oh, whether you're hanging out with me on my birthday because I'm old or you're at a game, you know that Miller Lite just makes every special time a Miller time. That's how you make the special times, by making them Miller times. Game day just hits different with Miller Lite in your hand.
Hitting different.
From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color. That coldness, Chris.
That icy coldness.
That icy coldness. The original light beer since 1975, and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
icy coldness.
All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN. That's code DAN to bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Russ Springer, Paul Sorrento, Alvaro Espinosa, Jeremy Burnitz, Bud Black, Chad O.J., Julian Tavares, Paul Assenmacher, Alan Embry.
Jeremy, thinking he's whispering sweet nothings to me, is whispering right before we start, do you know that the Dodgers have the top 3 K per 9 inning guys in the history of big league baseball?
It's not even including Yamamoto, who's actually their ace.
That's right. It's
crazy.
It is. It's a very good staff.
I'm going to be locked in tonight, Dan. You know I'm a big Dodgers guy. Big Dodgers guy.
Will you open your MMA hangout on Saturday by talking about the World Series? Will you do maybe you should do some sports show that is not just MMA. Maybe you should invite Jeremy to yammer about baseball over there to pollute your MMA audience.
I might.
What are you doing tomorrow?
He's not.
What do you mean?
He said he might. I don't believe him.
I might. Might, depending on what Jeremy's doing. He might. He's a busy guy.
Might.
But UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi. It's an early start time for the MMA Hangout. 2 p.m. start time Eastern. 2 to 5. We'll be hanging out.
You're going to be right here. You're going to be
in that seat there.
You're going to be in the studio.
Right there. Literally sitting where you're sitting. The exact seat.
Live programming opposite MMA.
MMA and college football.
This is a card that you're going to want to watch. And if you don't watch it, you're going to want to watch Tony watch it.
Exactly.
Because we got big, meaty men slapping some meat in this main event.
It's the heavyweight championship of the world. Title on the line. Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. And Mike found out Cyril Gane.
Dog, I saw the video from this. This photo does not do it justice.
Wow.
Cyril Gane his name should be Cyril Gaines because this dude is in impeccable shape. He's plus 300 in a fight.
He looks like Myles Garrett, basically.
He looks incredible. I can't wait to watch these big, meaty men.
It's going to be a massive fight, so we've got that going on for the main event. UFC 321 MMA Hangout presented by Boost Mobile. Start time 2 p.m. in the Lord's time zone.
Aspinall's that good?
Aspinall is
minus
best
400
heavyweight.
over the guy on the right.
I'm telling you, Tom Aspinall is the best heavyweight of all time in a couple of years.
But did you see the body?
Yes.
Mike, I appreciate you doing that on behalf of selling a fight. The idea of we've been watching fights throughout time where one guy is all jacked up and the other guy's just simply better. And it doesn't
Stronger,
matter.
faster.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this guy. This guy is plus 300.
The picture didn't give him justice.
No.
This guy's massive. Holy shit.
Wow.
Big underdog.
Okay.
Yeah, but the chin, though, that's the issue. Just chiseled everywhere in the
glass chin?
Yeah.
Okay, so everything you're doing here, it's just leering at men is all that we're doing.
Thank you. Welcome to the
Lapping some meat.
All right, let's bring in Matthew Berry. Give him as much fantasy
That's a nice
information
show.
as you can. There's also a whole lot of good betting advice in here, I realized last time he was talking.
Yeah, me too.
Matthew Berry.
Stevenson.
Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry.
So let me get my pen. I got to write some of this down because there's some good betting information in
Stevenson
here.
to score. That cashed.
All right. There we go. Hey, Dan, of the 7 quarterbacks that faced the Dallas Cowboys this year, 5 of them have scored at least 24 fantasy points. They not only allowed the most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks, it's 3 more points than any other team in the NFL. So far this year, by the way, Bo Nix, their opponent this week, is 5th in pass attempts per game. In 4 games as a starter this year, Jackson Dart has 35% of the Giants' rushing attempts in the red zone. When they get in close, they use Jackson Dart more than you think. He has at least 1 rushing touchdown in 3 of those 4 games. Anytime touchdown bet might work for Jackson Dart this week. He's averaging over 21 points in his 4 starts this year, including a 23.6 game against the Philadelphia Eagles the last time they played a couple of weeks ago. In every single game this year, the Cincinnati Bengals have allowed 16.9 fantasy points to a running back. Breece Hall is, in fact, a running back. By the way, so is Isaiah Davis, in case and that's the nicest thing I can say about Breece Hall. But hey, so is Isaiah Davis in case Breece Hall can't go. Worth noting that as of this writing, the Falcons are this broadcast, I should say, Falcons are over a touchdown favorite against the Miami Dolphins. Dan, in games that the Falcons win this year, the reason I bring up that the Falcons are such heavy favorites, in games that the Falcons win this year, Tyler Algier averaging over 14 touches per game. And over the last 4 weeks, no team allows more rushing yards per game to opposing running backs than your Miami Dolphins. They give up 143 yards a game. 5 of the last 6 games, Ja'Cory Bill Krosky-Merritt has been held to under 11 fantasy points. That includes both starts by Marcus Mariota, who's going to make the start on Monday night. He has a 5% target share. So when you think about the fact that the Commanders are double-digit underdogs on the road to Kansas City, I don't think Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has a nice game this weekend. Love the kid, but I bet it's a Jeremy McNichols game. Very quietly, Zay Flowers has at least 8 targets this year in every game but 2. Why do I bring up that number? Because this year, wide receivers that have seen at least 7 targets against the Bears are averaging almost 19 fantasy points per game. Of course, all this assumes Lamar Jackson is back. Only 2 teams this year allow more yards per game to the slot than the New York Football Giants. For the year, Devontae Smith has over 60% of his targets from the slot. I don't think people realize that. Smith is due for a very good game. In all the games that Mike Evans has missed over the last 2 years for the Buccaneers, Cade Otton, their tight end, has a 22% target share and averages over 14 fantasy points per game. There's going to be no Mike Evans on Sunday for the Buccaneers, and they play the Saints, who have allowed a touchdown to an opposing tight end in 3 of the past 4 games.
The thing that I just realized, and it's a bit of an epiphany for me, and I apologize that I hadn't seen it before today, the illumination of, Matthew Berry's just giving away money here. He comes in here for 3 minutes, and I didn't realize.
You just figured this out now?
I didn't realize that this man is just giving away money when he's like, Kate Otten, you got to go Kate Otten. I'm an idiot.
This guy's good.
Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry, weekdays live on YouTube at noon Eastern.
I just realized why he's popular. It just happened.
Just now. You just realized
it. It just happened. No, because in plain sight, this man's been giving away money for 10 years.
Yeah, it's not my boyish good looks, Dan. It's definitely not that.
Okay, but I didn't know it before now. So I'm sorry.
This is why you play fantasy football, Dan.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
There is a lot of overlap between fantasy football, DFS, sports.
No, but I saw you
sneak.
I saw you sneak in there and anytime touchdown betting. I'm like, that's not a fantasy thing. I heard that. That's not a fantasy thing. What anytime touchdown bet? Wait a minute. He's speaking code in front of me, and I've been not paying attention as he's giving away money for how many years?
It's been a number of years, long time. Been doing this a long time.
Okay.
And it's what I do for NBC on Football Night in America as well. You and I are both. The crown is ours.
Yes.
Dan. We're both of the DraftKings family.
See you later, Matthew Berry. Hampton Farms, nuttiest fan. I needed to get to that. I haven't had enough show. There's more basketball to talk about. Eduardo's coming on next. He doesn't want to talk basketball.
Can we talk basketball with him?
Before Eduardo, let's do Hampton Farms. Congrats to the BYU fans for making their president Shane Reese crowd surf this week. Just look at that. I mean, I would watch his wallet. I'm watching his wallet if I'm him. But that is our Hampton Farms winner. Check out Get Nutty with Hampton Farms, the official peanut of bowl season. Keep an eye out for Lucy at LSU if you think you are your team's nuttiest fan.
Dan Le Batard.
I mean, they used to call me Chris Karaoke.
Stugotz.
Karaoke.
That back row is bringing it today.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I really don't feel like there's been enough room in the show today because I wanted to hear Tony and Amin talking about the Steph Curry shirt that Chris Cody is wearing, because Steph Curry is here to still tell hockey and the young people, hey, still my league. I'm not just going to give it up to LeBron at the end, or Aaron Gordon for that matter, or Jokic.
And we didn't even talk about the Nuggets. Like, the Nuggets look like a really good team, too.
Zaslow has texted me. He says Aaron Gordon has officially entered the MVP conversation.
Wow.
After he's going to keep us up to date here. 3 different candidates after 3 different days. It was Wemby's, but...
it was Luka, then Wemby, and now Aaron Gordon.
Now Aaron Gordon. Like, on Steph,
50 burger.
but on Steph Curry's night. No, am I wrong?
Can you be an MVP leader if you're winless? I don't think you can.
Good point.
Two of his 3 names are winless.
Zaz doesn't care what your opinion is. He has said Aaron Gordon has entered the MVP conversation.
But I mean, where would they be without him?
Point differential.
Yeah, that's a good point. But also, who'd they lose to? The guy who should be MVP, Steph Curry.
On Chris Cody's shirt, don't forget his Olympic moments. He's got one of the, he will continue to give us moments till the very end.
You're saying he can't get better, and he's getting better.
No, but getting better, get out of here.
Is this a transitive property thing, like the MacGuffin? Like if someone outperforms Steph Curry tonight in Portland, then they're the MVP?
It's like Highlander? Yeah. It's a kind of magic.
Chris Cody is now giving him the highest form of love, a love once only given to Tua, to look at him longingly and worship Steph Curry because it was Steph Curry's night last night.
That was the worst part of losing Louisville, the MacGuffin. It now resides in Kentucky.
My father has arrived in the other room. He was told Eduardo Perez was going to be here. He is friend with the Perezes, Donnie Perez, Eduardo's father, who I once asked, do you ever pee in a shower?
Good question.
On behalf of this show, Tony said he did not. His wife said he was lying.
Foiled.
I've just embarrassed an elderly Cuban Hall of Famer. My father didn't believe Donnie Perez either.
Should DeAndre Jordan still be getting $3.6 million? He just signed with the Pelicans.
He's a great guy.
He's a good locker room guy.
He's a great guy, man. That's look.
$3.6 million
kids
for
at
vibes?
home when it's like, oh, you should be nice. No, it's not because of karma or whatever. It's because you might get paid $3.6 million just for being a great guy. Be a great guy.
He was mocked as a laughingstock 2 days ago. He's being mocked on television as being bad at basketball.
Who's mocking
Bad
him?
at basketball.
He's a great guy.
He's great at
Exactly
vibes.
right. What do the Pelicans need, by the way?
You guys,
a great guy.
They need a great guy in
They
there.
need a great guy.
You guys cannot be talking about last night's basketball and end up on DeAndre Ayton for some reason.
No, not DeAndre Ayton. No.
Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Great
DeAndre
guy.
Ayton. Now that one.
They need to work on that.
Oh my gosh, Luka, I feel bad for him, man.
Luka's not going to be happy
A lot
in
of
about
heartburn.
6 games.
A lot of 6 games. You got it 6 games. It's funny. A buddy of mine who's in the league sends me a text and he says, "This Ayton thing's not going to work." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I got Luka killing him by Christmas." He said, "Christmas?" He said, "Halloween hasn't gotten here yet."
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is Luka going to kill DeAndre Ayton before Halloween?
Yeah.
At Le Batard Show.
I mean, frustrating, beyond frustrating.
He has all the tools, but then doesn't at the same time.
It's one of my great joys in sports and basketball, I should say, because that's my thing, right? Is when you know something about a guy, not because it's insider information or whatever, but because you watched a guy a lot, and then he gets to a new team and you realize that fan base knows nothing. They really don't know anything. And so the Lakers are like, "Oh my God, we got our center. He's the number 1 overall pick. He can dunk. He can shoot jumpers. He's da-da-da." And I'm like, "You guys don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting into." And I said, "I guarantee mid-season, Luka's going to want to kill him." And then I saw that first game, and I was like, mid-season might be too far. Let's go Christmas. And like I said, my buddy said, "Christmas? Halloween isn't here yet."
Really quick on the defending champs. They're playing a lot of basketball.
Yes.
Are they young enough to just continue to put the pedal to the metal and play hard every single night?
Double overtime, first two games of the season, taken to the end.
A lot of young legs, which is good, but this seems like a team that needs to get a little bit more of pace going.
This is what I'm going to say. What concerns me? It concerns me that it took you double overtime to beat either of those teams. A Houston Rockets team where they're just getting to know each other, and a Pacers team that's missing its best player and obviously lost its starting center.
So wait a minute. You're going to do concern me that the defending champion has won 2 straight games and it took double overtime against a finalist from a year ago that's without its best player and the Rockets that are supposed to be the best contender. That people are learning somehow what Sengun is good. Yeah, he was the best player on the number 2 seed last year and Houston got Kevin Durant.
Oh, one of my favorite things, by the way, from opening night we didn't get to talk about is the way Reggie Miller pronounces Sengun. He calls him Shane Goon. Shane space
the Gooner.
Goon. The Gooner is what I like to call him. But Shane Goon sounds like, right? What does Shane Goon sound like to you? Shane Goon to me sounds like a mid-major college football coach who is like doing a great job with this program and is going to get poached by one of the Power 5 schools.
Former D lineman.
Yep.
Aren't you? You're making first name Shane, last name Goon. Goon.
Yes. And
not Sengun.
Well, that's
He's not
me.
Hispanic either, though. Even though I'd like that.
Yeah,
Sengun.
Sengun. That's how you guys say it.
He was the best player on the number 2 seed.
Albertico Sengun.
That sounds like a dish. Give me some of that mofongo and sangun.
That isn't even the game we're talking about from last night. You can have your choose. Like, I do think it's funny that OKC is going to be an afterthought and still some of the storyline things that are going to captivate us.
It's like the Western Conference has 19 different storylines the way that the East does not. But we didn't even talk about Wemby, right? Like, I asked Amin privately, is the Wemby thing for real? Or because I keep having this.
How can it not be for real?
I just keep having this resistance of like, no, not yet. It can't be.
So, help me with the context of this because you and I agreed that Shaq underachieved for what he did. Wemby is an unprecedented player, and when someone who was it? Was it Michelle Beadle or somebody? It was yesterday. Somebody said, no, Wemby's going to be a top 10 player in the league ever if he just stays healthy, because clearly that's a level of mastery that I never do this in sports.
It was Rachel Nichols.
I don't even do this to Shohei Ohtani. I don't say that what Shohei Ohtani is doing is unfair. That it
kind of feels unfair.
And no, I know, but I don't. I get it, but I don't have the same feeling that I do with Wemby. Well, wait a minute. You're going to be so much better that every game is possibly going to feel like Shohei Ohtani hitting 3 home runs and striking out 10 because you can break all the statistics in this sport. When you go 40-15 and 0 turnovers, you're spinning the game on your finger.
So I was asked this yesterday. It's like putting to context how great that performance was. And I said, he was guarded by the guy that we generally consider to be the best big man defensive player in the league, right? If you had to pick out of everyone in the league, who's going to guard Wembanyama. I want someone tall and long and agile and laterally agile, can move around with. It's Anthony Davis, and he made him look like a fool. Like he made it look
a perennial
unfair.
defensive player of the year candidate who is the first of these 7-foot unicorns who can almost guard anybody on the perimeter.
I have a prediction. He's going to force the league to change something about its game drastically. I think the athletes have long outgrown the dimensions of the court. He may be the one that makes the court larger because it's an unfair advantage.
To give him more space, I think actually...
No, I mean, he gets up the court in 3 strides.
But, Mike, so now you just made it harder for everyone else.
No.
What about TJ McConnell, Mike? Think about TJ McConnell.
This is the thing that I've been... Yes, think about him. He doesn't stand a snowball's chance in heck.
But if you make the court bigger, you've actually helped Wemby and hurt TJ McConnell even more.
Something needs to be done. This is what I warned you about.
They're going to make the court smaller.
Okay, can I just have the
phone booth?
Can I have the conversation with you guys though? Because baseball can't be the thing about Ohtani that is so amazing is that he's making it seem routine, and yet he very often fails. Like Ohtani spends a lot of time failing because it's a failure rate sport.
He pitches also.
And he pitches, but I don't look at Ohtani and say that's unfair because baseball can't be made unfair, but it's just about the most unfair thing I've ever seen in baseball outside of maybe Barry Bonds when they had to walk him 134 times.
Dan, one of the most unfair things in baseball, in my memory, was the 1995 AL Wildcard Series, Mariners, Yankees. Me as a Yankees fan, watching Randy Johnson feel like he pitched like 700 times that series.
Yes.
I'm like, how is this possible?
Okay, so
how does he do it?
So there are certain things in sports that when you see them...
Now make him hit home runs.
Correct. No, that's right. Randy Johnson's also up there 6'10" and hitting 3 home runs, 1 out of the stadium. I'm not saying that what Ohtani is doing is any way sane or it has any human reference
But you think it's fair?
But I also saw him go 1 for 17 with 8 strikeouts because the game is different. When I'm watching Wemby, it's like watching Shaq, where I'm like, the dimensions of that are the human body not making it fair. That's too good. You can't have someone out there who's making the world's greatest athletes all look like they're 6th graders. There's a distortion of the physical body that makes it so that person is going to be someone who feels unfair.
Yeah.
I
and
never
this was
say
coming
that.
at you like a hurricane. And you were all just like, look how fun. He's a monk. This is great. No, he is. He's destroying the game you love.
To be fair, Dan, he shot 35% from 3 last year. He had a lot of games where it was not so incredible, not so impressive. So it's not... I think it's the same. To me, it's the same. It's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? That's the unfairness. Like a teenager, watching Randy Johnson pitch 9 games in a 5-game series. How is this possible? What am I supposed to do with this? And everything has zero fatigue or anything. He's hit 99 every single time. The same thing with Wembanyama. It's like, it's not perfect all the time, but enough of the time, it's perfect enough to make you feel helpless. And that's what Shohei Ohtani does. He can go 1 for 17 and have 8 strikeouts. And I guarantee you, there's not a single pitcher who faces him like, this dude is whack. There's always that fear of, oh my God, in the same way that watching Steph Curry last night, we talked about it, bad shot, but it's like, when it's Steph Curry, it's like, oh no, this is how we're going to lose.
To the Ohtani point, though, where the pitchers respect him so much, he's in the midst of a 1 for 17 slump and they walk him.
Yeah, to get to Mookie Betts.
Right, it's like, oh, you're going to walk me to get to another guy who's probably a Hall of Famer in a couple of years, too.
Think about how crazy that is.
I am saying that the level of mastery is the same, but I view baseball, tell me if I've got this wrong, because I understand what you guys are saying. Ohtani's previous game before that playoff game that was the best playoff game ever played was against the Marlins when he broke all sorts of records and had some 10 RBI game with 3 or 4 home runs, one of them hit off an infielder. But it's like the greatest offensive game you have ever seen. That is correct. That is not what Wemby is doing. But I can see it from here.
What does that look like? If it's 40 and 15 and 3 with no turnovers, what does it look like?
But he's still physically growing. He is still young. And what cometh this way, if it's not already here, is the storyline of, can Steph ward off this spider person who Antetokounmpo was supposed to be when he was going to dominate and win all the championships? But this person can come and take all the championships in a way that I think is going to feel unfair. If not already, it's like a couple of games down the line.
The thing I keep going back to, it's funny that Chris is wearing that shirt because that's such a cool moment from the gold medal game. That's not the coolest moment, though. The coolest moment is still the 3 that he hit over Wembanyama and that shot that we have. It's one of the great sports photos of all time.
It's a great photograph.
Because
They should find it.
It looks
really
photoshopped.
is.
It doesn't look real.
Well, but God almighty, when you talk, Amin, about like symbolically where it is that survival of the fittest happens in sports, Steph Curry will forever be loved because what he does physically makes no sense in that sport. It requires a precision that he has not been gifted the way Wembanyama has been gifted a body that is wholly unfair.
But at the same time, you know what that picture also represents? Mike, it goes back to a name I said earlier in the show, Dr. Ian Malcolm, which is that life finds a way, right? You can see Wembanyama, look at that. That ball is gone, and look at Wembanyama.
Look at the size of his hands.
It's just crazy. But here's the thing. Wembanyama can have all that height and that agility and that offense and that IQ and that great personality and great teammate and everything. And he still can be bested by a dude who looks like a regular guy when we're watching him on TV.
Can we all just, I want the majesty of this photograph, just look at Steph's eyes, and that is not the trajectory of a jump shot.
No.
Like, he's looking into the cosmos.
He can't see the hoop from there.
He's not looking at the hoop. He has to look straight up to an angle in the sky to throw it through 7 stars. If you look, the amazing part of that photo is, if this were the evolutionary chart, it'd be like, holy shit, you got to be kidding me. I've got to conquer the sport by getting over the greatest form of human evolution there has ever been in athleticism.
Draw a line straight from his navel to Steph Curry's eyes. That's where he's at.
It's not often that recently you see a photo and you're like, that's an all-time great photo. And everybody's reaction was that photo was taken by Gerard Angelo, Samilano, and Ezra Shaw. 2 photographers on one photo credit. That's crazy.
The fan reactions behind are awesome, too.
Because it's in France. That's the other part of this equation that we have to remember. It's in France.
Behind enemy lines.
Photograph.
On treacherous ground.
Oh, easy there. I make you choice.
Ohtani had a game where he got to 50-50 for a season. He was 6 for 6, scored 4 runs, had 10 RBIs and 3 homers, and it's not the greatest game he's ever played because to go to the World Series, he threw 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, struck out 10, and went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs.
That's the part where it's not going to make sense. That's the other thing, Dan, is when you tell the story years later, decades later, when all these guys are gone, when like I said, we have Shohei Jackson playing in the wide receiver for the Chiefs one day. It's that you're going to say that stat line of the 50 home run game, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like a Wilt stat line. And then you say, and that's not even his best game. It's like me when I say Wilt once averaged 50 points a game for a season, and I say that's not his most impressive stat. Do you know what the most impressive Wilt stat? Not that one. Not that one. It's a family show. Family show.
I was about to say.
It was that one.
Do you know what the most impressive basketball stat that Wilt Chamberlain has? The one that'll never be broken. Because I can see 50 points a game getting broken. I can see 100 points getting broken. The one that'll never get broken, ever. He averaged 48 and a half minutes a game one year. 48 and a half minutes a game for a season. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only 48 minutes in an NBA game. So that means he played every single minute and also every single minute of overtime. 48 and a half minutes. That is the one stat that will never, ever be broken.
If you just put on this photo one more time on the screen, because I want to reference what Mike is saying when you know you're having a historic sports photograph taken. It's not just the physical parts of it, and it's not just the physics of it. The look on Steph Curry's face and his wrist, if you know anything about basketball, that is a photograph of human ingenuity.
It's a photograph.
That's human ingenuity on how does man survive when things around him get bigger, stronger, and faster in a way that's physically impossible.
Life finds a way.
Perfect encapsulation for the U.S. having it back then, but it's coming.
Okay, all right.
What?
This
That's
is
decontextualization.
unnecessary.
Excuse
Viral
me?
decontextualization.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm a provocateur.
You're not sorry.
You know, it's funny. I for a video that I did. Oh, actually, not for the Louvre heist video. I decided to add some elements, and I threw in. I said it was almost as fast as me on Ninja Warrior. Going back and looking, I had to pull it up, the screenshot. When I did Ninja Warrior the first time, every single every single ESPN show, other than First Take and Sports Anatomy, every single ESPN show had me on. Every single one. Get Up, Highly Questionable, You Guys, Mike and Mike. Every single show had that clip. That's what made it one of the most watched clips ever, because NBC typically never gets clips onto ESPN because of the whole rivalry thing. I did that.
What was the context of that in what we were talking about?
Viral decontextualization.
You know anything about this Treya Savage?
I know nothing about this.
Blake Snell's about to shove tonight.
Treya Savage starting game 1 for Toronto.
Don't even know who he is. Don't care.
He made his professional debut earlier this season. He started the year in Single A.
Wow.
In April. Then he got to High A in May, Double A in June, Triple A in August, made his first major league start in September.
Where's Eduardo?
First playoff start at the beginning of October. He's starting game 1 of the World Series.
It's a real boy meets World Series situation, huh?
Where's Eduardo?
Eduardito.
Because Ben Savage started in this show called Boy Meets World, and so he was like a guy who was in Single A and the World Series.
Topanga,
yeah. Boy Meets World, Topanga, yeah, and Corey and all that.
Papi estaba esperando
Yo también.
Eduardo.
Eduardito.